Good morning, dear friends. Today we see the disciples get into a boat and they start to cross the sea towards Capernaum. And it was already dark, and Jesus was not in their boat. And the sea begins to get stirred up because a strong wind was blowing. The disciples keep rowing about 3 to 4 miles, and then they see Jesus walking on the sea and drawing near the boat. And this scene makes the disciples even more frightened. But Jesus reassures them, saying, "It is I, do not be afraid." And then they were willing to receive Jesus into the boat, and immediately the boat comes to the shore. And from this, we see that Jesus, even though he had performed a great miracle of feeding the 5,000 with 5 loaves and 2 fish, still the disciples did not develop faith in Jesus. They failed to realize that it was him when he was walking on the sea. And today, many a times, we are also in the same situation. We must have seen many miracles in our life. We must have experienced the goodness of the Lord, His mercy, His kindness. Yet, our faith fails to develop in the Lord. Today, let us ask the Lord to increase our faith. And Jesus says, "Do not be afraid." We are also in a journey in this life. And all of us also need Jesus in our boat, because in this life we will face trouble, we face strong winds, strong waves come towards us. And this means that in this life we have trouble, we have persecution, we have difficulties in this life. But Jesus says, "Do not be afraid." We can only experience peace when Jesus is in our life, when we allow Jesus to enter into our life. And when Jesus is in our life, we will experience peace in the midst of difficulties, in the midst of troubles, in the midst of fears. And that's why Jesus says in John 14:27, "Peace I give to you, my peace I give to you, not like the world gives." Only if Jesus is in our life, only if we allow Him to enter into our life, can we experience that heavenly peace in the midst of difficulties, in the midst of trials, in the midst of fears. So today, let us understand that Jesus is trying to enter into our lives. Every day, He is calling us. He wants us to allow Him to enter into our boat, into our life. But many a times, we close the door of our heart. We don't allow Him to enter into our lives. And many a times, we have a hard hearted heart. We don't allow His words to penetrate into our heart. But today, let us open the door of our heart to Jesus, and let us allow Him to come into our life. And He will be with us in all situations. And that's why it says in 2 Timothy 1:7, "God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and a sound mind." When we have God in our lives, definitely we will have no fear, no anxiety. But He gives us a spirit of love, of power, and a sound mind. And this is what we need. We need Jesus in this life. Without Jesus, we will have all kind of darkness. Without Him, we will have fear. Without Him, the winds will come against us and we will not be able to withstand the wind. So today, my dear friends, let us make an effort to increase our faith in Him. Allow Jesus to enter our lives. And when Jesus is there in our life, we will have peace amidst difficulties. Thank you. God bless you.